So I'm going to try to make this video as short and as useful to you as it can be. I'm going to show you what all these VPNs look like in Android and talk about why they are the best for Android. And obviously I'm going to show you what they look like on PC as well, because you'll always get a slightly different interface and a couple of extra features with your PC application over your Android application. And I'll talk about everything if you're interested in individual reviews though, or if you want to pick up any of the VPNs that I mentioned today. I'll leave all the links in the description down below, including some discounts to help you save a little in case you end up getting any of these. Now, I want to start with the simplest example. The easiest one to use is going to be ExpressVPN. And the reason is, if you look at the interface on PC, it almost looks identical to the one on your phone. So what's nice is that whether you're using it on PC or Android, it's almost the same exact thing. You're going to go to options. You'll see advanced protection options on both PC and your Android. What's nice is that there's an option that allows you to block adult sites. So this is one easy way to block adult sites if that's something that you're interested in. And you can also block all kinds of trackers and ads on your phone using Express. So this is nice. Now you're going to get the other features like the kill switch and split tunneling and different VPN protocols on both Android and your PC, except that there's a speed test feature that's missing on PC, but it is available on your Android. And for me personally, when it comes to using VPNs, it really depends on what I'm trying to do. For the most part, I use a VPN to access services that are not available to me and streaming services specifically that are not available to me. So if there's a specific show on Netflix that I want to access, I typically like to use ExpressVPN on both my phone, PC, and also my Fire Stick, which I've downloaded Express on so that I can watch whatever it is that I want, regardless of my location. So if you're looking for a very reliable and consistent option that you could use as a beginner, or if you want to get Express for someone else in your family that's not so tech savvy, and you just want something that just works incredibly consistently right out of the box with a click of a button, then Express is definitely the one to go for. Now, the next option is going to be NordVPN. Now, Nord is going to be the one that gives you all kinds of extra features that can be very useful in a handful of situations. You've got threat protection, which is kind of like a mini antivirus, and it works on both your phone and PC. There's also file transfer, and this is my favorite way of transferring data securely over an encrypted network. So essentially with file transfer and MeshNet here, if I want to wirelessly just transfer a file from my phone to my computer or from my computer to my phone, I can do that so easily with MeshNet. And it depends on the speed of your internet, obviously, how fast you get the files, but you are able to share files without any size limits and nothing gets compressed. So if you're looking for, again, all the extra features and the biggest number of countries at 165, I've never seen any other VPN with a bigger number of countries, and all these extra useful features, again, file transfer is honestly my favorite way of securely sharing information. Oftentimes we might use Google Drive or other services that may not be as secure or as private, but this is one of the coolest features. Again, it's my personal favorite feature within NordVPN. And you really get the benefits once you install NordVPN and connect all the devices that you have through the NordVPN MeshNet system. And luckily, just like Express and all the other VPNs on this list, Nord is basically compatible with any device that you might have at home. Now, the next option is Surfshark, and this is going to be the one to choose if not only are you looking for the cheapest option that gets the job done at the cheapest possible cost without necessarily sacrificing the features that you might be getting with more expensive VPNs, but you can also secure an unlimited number of devices, essentially. With Surfshark, unlike ExpressVPN's 14 devices, you can secure between 10 and 14 devices depending on which plan you go with for ExpressVPN. For Nord, it's up to 10 devices, and Proton, I believe it's also 10. But with Surfshark, again, it's unlimited, which is a really nice bonus. Surfshark is also the only VPN on the list that has a feature called Override GPS Location. And this is going to match your GPS location to your VPN location, because typically VPNs, when you turn on the VPN, the GPS still picks up that you're in your real location, not the VPN location. So what this does within Surfshark is that it actually overrides that GPS location, and it forces your GPS to think that you're not in your local location, but the VPN location. So if that's a feature that you also find to be useful, then you can go with Surfshark. Surfshark also gives you a lot of other features like Surfshark Alert, an alternative ID, and a full-on antivirus, and a safe search feature, and so on. So it's really a full-on cybersecurity suite that you're getting if you go with any plan above the basic plan. Now, the final VPN on this list is going to be ProtonVPN. And the reason I recommend Proton is a lot of you guys that don't want to pay for a VPN might be looking for a free VPN. And this is exactly what I would recommend. I don't recommend free VPNs in general because free VPNs are basically one of the main ways that people's information gets leaked out on the internet, because they use all these random free VPNs and nobody knows who made them or what kind of privacy policy that they have. A lot of these VPNs end up just collecting your data log, your activity log, your browsing history, and all these things. And God knows what other kind of data, and they sell it to data brokers. This is basically a thriving business in the fraudulent VPN industry, let's just say. So I wouldn't recommend using free VPNs in general. But ProtonVPN are the makers of Proton Mail, which is the safest mail arguably out there, at least the safest commercially available email service. So ProtonVPN is honestly benefiting from that reputation, and it truly is a safe VPN with a very good no-logs policy. By the way, none of the VPNs I mentioned collect your data, and it's all verified through independent audit reports that are available for everybody to read. So it's nothing really new for these VPNs, and you can check that out for yourself or check out the individual reviews I've left in the description. But none of these VPNs collect your information, and ProtonVPN is no exception. Now, the reason I personally use ProtonVPN is because there is a feature on PC called NAT type, and that allows me to switch my NAT type from type 3 to type 2, which allows me to have an easier time connecting to gaming servers when I like to unwind a little bit and play some Tekken. This helps me connect easily to servers. And obviously, if you're a gamer, you're really going to appreciate this because, again, you're switching your NAT type with a click of a button, and you can connect to any country that you want and still have type 2 NAT type, which is, again, really, really nice. But of course, this is not the free version. The free version will only give you access to 10 countries, unlike 160 here, and you won't be able to make full use of your speed. So if your speed is at, like, let's say 50 megabits per second, you're not going to be able to achieve that speed using the free servers. It's only going to be a fraction of that speed that you'll be able to use because, again, the high quality and high speed servers are reserved for paying customers. And if you haven't noticed that we're moving into an age of surveillance, you'll eventually realize that using a VPN is slowly becoming more and more of a daily thing. You know, back then, let's say a few years ago, it may have been just for entertainment purposes, you know, just to watch some Netflix when you don't have access to a specific show, or protect yourself while you're on public Wi-Fi or at the airport. But at this point, with age verification laws coming out and all of that, VPN use is just going to become more and more widespread naturally. So that'll be it for this video. If you guys are interested in any of the VPNs that I mentioned today, again, I'll leave all the links in the description down below, including some discounts that'll help you just save a little bit more money in case you end up getting any of these. It's better than going directly to the website. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.